An extraordinary evening it is when you think John Higgins is out there on table 8. Mark Williams, another member of the class of 1992, he's on table 6.
The first one. Ronnie O'Sullivan.
But the class of valedictorian, Ronnie O'Sullivan, of course, is centre stage. Ken, there's always a special atmosphere when Ronnie's involved.
Yes, absolutely, Phil. And great crowd in tonight as well to see him. So, yeah, it'll be interesting to see how he's going to play. Said he might play quite a lot of shots left-handed. And I must say, Lee Peifan, what a performance so far. He started in round 1, he's in round 5 now. And of course he's probably playing a man that he's watched for many, many years and looked up to, as most of the Chinese boys have. What a big night for him. First mistake from Ronnie O'Sullivan.
They had first chance, it is wasted.
One. Free. Four.
They've only met on one previous occasion. O'Sullivan won 4-2. It was the last 64 of the Northern Ireland Open 5 years ago. Good quality match, actually. O'Sullivan made breaks of 101, 95, 84, 57. Lee Peifan contributed with a century of his own. In fact, the youngster held O'Sullivan to 2-2.
19. 20.
Perfect situation here for Ronnie O'Sullivan. Still 4 reds available.
27. $28.
Yeah, a little shake of the head. He didn't really want to use the
35.
extension and the extended rest, but that's what he's going to have to. Needed that cue ball closer, a little bit to the cushion, that he wouldn't have to use and stretch for this. And that was the problem. He couldn't get close to the black, so
36.
may have to play the cue ball off the side cushion. Played it nicely, and back in prime position.
Yes, particularly early on before the cue arm was warmed up. That was a really good black.
44. 51.
Last of the loose reds. And imperative that he
52.
gets a nice angle on the black, which he has done. So he's got to screw into that red directly above the black, you would feel. A little bit of pace. There's the pace. Now, how's your form? I think he's been a bit unlucky,
59.
unless there's a possibility of a plant into this left corner pocket. But how's he going to play this plant? It's a bit risky. May play the double. Double it is.
Ronnie O'Sullivan 59.
Ronnie O'Sullivan's here, so a big crowd's here also. That applies the world over. The last time Peifan played O'Sullivan, he was only 16 years of age. Still only 21.
Yeah, a little bit pacey with the cue ball. He has a couple of options here, Peifan. The more difficult red would be into this that's closest to the bottom right corner pocket. He'd be a brave man to take that on. If he missed it, it would be the end of frame. But if he gets it, well, it would give him a chance. He went for it. Wasn't far away, but I think he's left this red into the left center. If not, certainly the red into the left corner.
One.
Two reds missed by Lay. Twice he's plonked O'Sullivan right in amongst the balls. If that continues, it could be a short evening.
Eight.
At first glance, Ronnie looks like he's cueing very nicely. Spent over 3 hours on the practice table yesterday. Another good couple this afternoon. So definitely putting the work in. 75
16.
ahead. Just a little bit disappointed with that positional shot, but still already his opponent needs snookers. Red safely
17.
away. Will stop Peifan coming back to the table. It's a good start from Ronnie O'Sullivan.
And when you're a seasoned watcher of O'Sullivan, you can tell after a very small amount of shots what to expect. Okay, he missed that red, but I think he looks pretty sharp.
21 in the first frame. Ronnie O'Sullivan.
He wins the frame to 0. Half-century break included. Ronnie O'Sullivan off to a flyer. Of a certain Ronnie O'Sullivan. Peifan has the task of trying to ground the rocket. Didn't work out in the first frame. He made no impact whatsoever.
One.
He brings smiles to faces, doesn't he? And you're right, Ken, he's playing quite a few shots left-handed. Always tends to break off left-handed.
Ronnie O'Sullivan 1.
Now that was a loose one.
1.
Peifan already is guaranteed his highest ever payday in professional snooker.
3.
But of course, he's not satisfied.
Four.
Well, that was nicely cued.
11.
He's got a good chance. He's got a good chance here. He could play for the loose red, but if he's got an angle on the black, he could go into the bunch and still hold for that red. Now decided just to play for it.
19.
But there may not be another loose red available, so he's going to need an angle on his next colour.
20.
Has he got enough angle just to force into the pack there and try and develop something? Yeah, it was a good attempt, but just go back to that previous shot where he had the same sort of angle on the black. Could have gone into the back of the pack and still have been on that loose red. But that could be end of break. And just a good safety shot required now.
This tournament started on Friday,
27.
and Peifan is the last player standing who took part in the first round. He beat Bayu Liu, the reigning women's world champion, 4-2 in his opening contest from 2-0 down. Then it was a couple of deciding frame finishes against Jamie Clark and Robbie Williams. 4-3 wins in both of those. And then his best result yesterday, he beat Joe O'Connor 5-2. That's why he's got his biggest ever payday. Previously, it was £15,000 for reaching the final qualifying round of the World Championship a couple of years ago. But what a massive obstacle to clear here in the form of Ronnie O'Sullivan.
Well, that was a really good effort. It got very close. Rattled a few times. Yeah, hadn't left the red for a pot. Sullivan trying to get that cue ball tight to the ball cushion. Maybe worth, that's why he's coming down this end of the table, it may be worth having a go at this red into the left corner. Could get nicely on the black, and the reason he came down this end of the table was that would he leave anything potable? I don't think so. Maybe only the red that he's going for. So it's worth having a go at this. he gets it, he'll be on the black.
Well, Ken, for the second time in the frame, a loose safety.
Yeah, you don't normally say that for Ronnie O'Sullivan. I mean, he's such an astute safety player, as well as all his other credentials. But that was a loose one. Chance for Lee. Oh, that was a long way away, and that, well, it could be very, very costly indeed.
As they say, how do you like these apples?
So Ronnie likes them very nicely indeed. Well, he's played that left-handed, but he hasn't played it very well. I'm not quite sure what the reason is. He said he was going to play a bit more left-handed, but that was a poor shot from Ronnie O'Sullivan.
No.
He's okay. He's managed to salvage it nicely on the pink.
Fact is, Ken, he's phenomenal left-handed, but he's not as good left-handed as he is right.
Yeah, and the funny thing is, I think he sort of finds it more of a challenge for him, you know, and that's why.
16.
I mean, sometimes he's got to play left-handed rather than use the rest. Okay, that's no problem. But sometimes I think he just sort of finds it more of a challenge, even the simple shots, playing left-handed when he can easily use his right.
I well remember the first time he played a whole
23.
match left-handed. It was in the semi-final of the old Matchroom League against Peter Ebden. And of course, no one had seen it before.
24.
And I don't think Ebden was best pleased.
Yeah, he beat him 6-0, didn't he?
It was a heavy defeat.
Yeah, once again, black left-handed, but for no apparent reason, that he just feels like it.
32.
Quite incredible. What a talent. This could go wrong. Yeah.
39.
It's not ideal. Okay, he's still got this red into the left center, but a bit more difficult than he would have liked. No problem. Great shot. And nicely on the black.
Of course, he's looking for his second title of the year
47.
here in the capital of Saudi Arabia. He won the Riyadh Season World Masters of Snooker towards the tail end of last season,
48.
beating John Higgins, Judd Trump and ultimately Luca Brissell in the final.
$55. 56.
And by the way, if he were to lift this trophy, it would be his 80th professional title, Ken. Just the 80.
64.
Incredible. Quick glance at the score. So just needs this red.
64.
Very good. And of course, keeping the possibility of a century as well. He really is an amazing talent, entertainer,
69.
talisman for a wonderful sport.
70.
First time we've had a big crowd since we've been here, and they've come to see this man, and well, he's certainly delivering.
$76. 78. $81.
Roars of approval.
$85.
I'll tell you what, there'll be a bigger roar if he manages to put these 3 balls and make a century.
90. $96.
Magical. And magnificent. O'Sullivan's repertoire never gets stale. He's a joy to watch, and he leads by 2 frames to 0. Liu Hong Yu, and Liu has won the first frame. On the left there, he must be a very proud man, and deservedly so. Dr. Nasser Al-Shamari, the head of the Saudi Arabia Billiards and Snooker Federation, and so instrumental in bringing the world's best here to the kingdom.
Yeah, done a great job. Been down to their headquarters, their academy here in Riyadh. Wonderful setup, beautiful facility. Lots of young players playing down there as well. Phil, great to see. Good coaches, good tables. Yeah, nicely played from Lee Peifan and sportingly acknowledged.
Again, though, recurring theme, as was twice the case in frame 2, even though he got away with it. O'Sullivan's safety leaves something to be desired.
Yeah, once again played that left-handed. Obviously didn't want to be knocking this red towards the corner pocket. Now, can he get on a colour? Well, he's got a pot of force, then he's missed one in the previous frame that he should have got, and he's missed that one as well. And he'd be so disappointed. Normally bread and butter for Lee Peifan, but of course this is not normal circumstances. He's playing, well, the game's greatest player on TV in a huge tournament.
You know, this week we could see statistical milestones from John Higgins or Judd Trump. They're in the race to be the second player to make 1,000 centuries in professional competition.
8.
The first player, of course, to do it, Ronnie O'Sullivan, and the century we saw in the previous frame just happened to be his 1,269th and counting.
15. 16. 17.
Always a confidence booster when you stroke those in, Ken.
Oh, he just looks like he's in the practice room at the moment, just strolling around the table, stroking the cue ball very, very nicely indeed. Just another day at the office for Ronnie O'Sullivan at the so far.
$32.
Lots of eager spectators watching O'Sullivan for the first time as he glides around the table, making the game look
37.
effortless.
Thanks. 38.
Yeah, the apex red pots into the left centre, and he may be able to disturb one or two reds when potting this.
46.
Just the one came out, but that's enough.
$53. $54.
Played high on the black, so off the cushion, maybe into the reds once again, trying to develop something. Oh, not the desired connection on the reds, maybe touching ball.
61. Touching ball.
Yeah, touching ball call, so has to play away from the red down behind the black, but end the break, but still nice 61 break.
Ronnie O'Sullivan 61.
And in control.
As he said in his interview with David Hendon, though, he won't be taking anything for granted. And of course, yesterday we saw a remarkable frame where Tepchara Nu made a 78 break and lost the frame.
Well, that's better. That'll make him feel good. Nicely on the pink, nicely on the yellow. I think there's a couple of reds, certainly the one left of the pink spot, but I think the red just under the pink spot pots into the right corner as well. Oh, he's hit this too hard. It's running on. He may be still able to pot the red, but it's ran on a little bit further than he would have liked. It might not be a bad idea. If he can pot this red, try and bring the brown back into play, because he's going to need it if he's to have a chance of winning this frame. Can he knock the brown out? Still hold maybe for blue. Yes, he can.
4. Nine. Peifan. 9.
Not the most telling safety shot. And neither was that. On the attack, he's looked good. Defensively, he's made 4 or 5 errors.
Yeah, and the errors have come from playing the safety shot's left-handed, which is a lot more difficult. Trying to get that screw and side on the cue ball from distance, but Lee unable to take advantage. That was a poor miss. That was a wonderful chance.
If he gets through, he might need to tighten up tomorrow, and I'll tell you why. He will play the winner of Zhang Gander or Ben Wollaston in the last 16, and Zhang Gander leads 2-0 with breaks of 138 and 128.
Yeah, one of the most improved players over the last few seasons, Zhang Gander. I think it was quite interesting listening to Ronnie O'Sullivan there talking about the intimidating factor and what the likes of Steve Davis had and Stephen Hendry had. Ronnie O'Sullivan definitely has that himself. He's held in such high regard from a lot of these younger players who've watched him, probably been an inspiration to these players, and when they come up against them, and particularly on the TV, completely intimidated. Not them all, but at the moment Lee Peifan is, and it's understandable, but it's something that you have to get over very, very quickly when you're playing the likes of these top players if you're going to have a chance.
Foul.
It's actually unlucky there, really, to go in off, because it was a good attempt to get behind blue and green.
Yes, and as you can see on the replay, not a full pocket to go into either.
One.
O'Sullivan won't be feeling too anxious with a red very close to that right-hand side cushion, plus the juxtaposition of green and blue.
Six.
Well, a round of applause, but it was a poor shot. He's overhit the cue ball by some distance. He was hoping to hold for maybe brown or yellow there, but well, he may just be able to play a snooker here. Just roll up off maybe a side cushion, lay into the blue. He's going to play the blue direct. It's okay. Ronnie doesn't want to give too many points away here. He won't mind even if he hits the red here and leaves it on, because last thing he wants to do is give a lot of points away. Oh, what a shot. What a shot. And he's got it safe.
with blue and green now apart, though. I think Peifan would do well to get this red off the cushion. Yes, he does. And now it's a much more amenable table to make a clearance should he get the chance.
Yeah, and you noticed, Phil, he didn't play that safety shot left-handed, and look where the cue ball is finished. He knew it was so important to keep it tight. No insurance, of course, once that Peifan opened the pocket with blue and green there. One chance, it could be very crucial indeed. May have knocked this red over the corner pocket. Ooh, he's very lucky.
Yeah, the quality of the safety suddenly improved out of all proportion.
Ronnie O'Sullivan, if he plays, that yellow's gone close to the ball cushion. That makes Peifan's job a lot harder should he get another chance.
One.
Lovely shot. That's better. Nicely held for the black. Now, has he got any sort of an angle on the black to get close to these two reds? As you see the red go in again. Beautifully held. It looked almost straight, this black, into the corner pocket. Let's see, he's got a slight angle. Oh, wanted to come in around the back of it. It's gone wrong.
8.
Chance missed.
A swathe of past matches tells us the one thing you've got to do against O'Sullivan is score. You can't beat him with bits and pieces.
Yeah, and as I said, apart from, you know, his scoring prowess, he's a tactical genius as well when it comes to snooker. Knows all the angles. Knows how to trap people and play quality safety shots. Not many better in the game in that department either. And he's forced a mistake once again. So one good pot, 34 points in the lead. One good pot and get on a colour, and it could be another frame in the bag. There it is. And he's going to be on the blue. So a good safety from O'Sullivan, forced the error from Peifan. it's going to be another frame.
6.
These frames have gone pretty fast.
7.
That's the other thing about Ronnie O'Sullivan, Phil, that he very rarely lets frames become elongated or protracted. And keeps it as open as possible. And he can reel off frames so quickly, even in a best of 9. Lee Peifan, you know, he's already 3-0 down, and interval coming up after the next frame.
One of the lengthiest frames he ever played was in the decider England Republic of Ireland 1996 World Cup in Thailand. It was 55 minutes, and Ken beat him to give Ireland the victory and take them to the final, but they were beaten by the dream team from Scotland.
Yes, Phil, thanks for reminding me. Yeah. One of the few times I think I might have beaten O'Sullivan.
Well, there he had a miscue and he still potted the pink. That's how good he is. So breaks of 59, 103 and 61. So far, it's one-way traffic. He's looking pretty good.
Lee Peifan to break.
I know we saw a comeback from 4-0 down this afternoon, but you have to think if Lee Peifan is going to have any chance, he has to win this frame.
And there's the tournament director, Emily Frazier from Matchroom. She's done a wonderful job already at this stage, and of course a 10-year deal, which is amazing, not only for the snooker but for the pool as well.
John Higgins badly needs to win tonight, otherwise he's 30 years and the top 16 might be coming to an end. Well, it's not looking good at the moment. He trails 2-0 against Jimmy Robertson.
1.
Yeah, that was beautifully cued indeed. Wow, don't know where he got a heavy contact there, but the cue ball never travelled where he would have liked.
Ken kicks are far rarer these days than they used to be, but O'Sullivan stuck with the traditional chalk, hasn't he?
Yeah, good point, Phil. He uses traditional triangle chalk, doesn't use the new tame chalk, which is, well, stops the kicks and bad bounces. Looks like he's back in prime position. I think the bottom red of the pack does pot.
11.
Yeah, perfect.
12. $19.
Nice angle, and now straight
20.
into the pack. He's got to miss the first red, the red directly above the black. He's got to miss that, just past that. Lots of screw. There you see it, and it brings that red back towards the pocket. Is he being unfortunate? Is he on a red?
27.
Maybe on this red, all the way up into the yellow pocket as we look.
$28.
Oh, lovely shot. Beautiful. Great shot to start the break. And that was another. Well, it's just majestic.
$35.
That
36.
always looked in, but it wasn't the cleanest pot. Hit a lot of jaw, that.
Yeah, but I just like the way he played off the other red, Phil.
43.
Knocked the other red towards that left centre pocket and used that angle off the cushion to get back on the black. It was beautifully played once again.
44.
Back up for blue this time. A little bit short of pace. This could go wrong here. Needs to slow up. Just about.
49. $50.
We've seen a few players overscrewing in the tournament. The cloth is very reactive. But O'Sullivan's powers of recovery
53.
never fail to amaze.
$54.
Just like a procession at the
61.
moment. He's got that cue ball dancing to his tune.
62. $69. $70.
That was the important ball. Now we can concentrate, maybe getting another century here.
73.
You've seen in this break, one of the things that O'Sullivan likes to do when he's scoring, Ken, is
74.
tidy up a table. And he succeeded in doing that yet again.
Be interesting to see how he's going to tackle that last red that's on the cushion
79.
just above the right centre pocket.
80.
How's he going to bring that out into play and try and make yet another century added to that list, Phil, that you have? This will be played left-handed.
85. 86.
Oh, this will be some shot, Phil. What's he going to do here?
$93.
Very disappointing. It must do better.
Very careless, wasn't it? Now calling all pockets here. Oh no, just playing a little safety shot.
93. And from
This is pretty good from Ronnie O'Sullivan. What an introduction to the Saudi Arabia Snooker Masters. You can't get any better than being 4-0 up at the interval. Over on table 5, Zhang Ganda leads Ben Wollaston 4-0 at the interval. He's made 2 138 breaks, a 128, a 50, and Wollaston, who's played nicely in this tournament so far, has amassed 15 points in total.
Yeah, it's amazing scoring from Zhang Anda. Not the best break off from Ronnie O'Sullivan. He's left this red into the left centre. Good pot and nice kiss off the pack. He's on the black. Now can Lee Peifan maybe salvage something from this game and try and make a decent break here. Good pot. He's okay. He's on the red into the left centre.
8. Nine.
Based in Sheffield, Lee Peifan came over, lives there, plays in Ding Junhui's academy in the heart of the city centre, along with, well, a few of his fellow countrymen who are in action. Pang Zhongzhu is on table 4. Zhao Gudong, who won today. And Wan Xizhun, of course, who lost to Sean Murphy earlier. Ding Junhui, of course, is in action as well.
12. A
little bit short of pace with the cue ball, so he'll have to go in and out of ball maybe.
He's a pronounced left-eyed sighter, isn't he, Lee Peifan? That's the dominant eye, not directly under the chin.
Oh, he's played this really well. That's an excellent shot.
18. 19. 26. 27.
Yeah, this time he does have a nice angle. He could play for the loose red, but it's really time to go into that pack of reds and still be on the loose red, but hopefully bring some. Yeah, give us a wave. They seem to be enjoying themselves. Yeah, they're not too bad.
34. Peifan, 34.
Playing that blind cut back on a red, you see that shot undercut so often.
One. 3. Four.
Well, it wasn't a ripple of applause for the yellow, but it was a wonderful positional shot to get on that last red. Oh, digging down into the cue ball, trying
Ronnie
to
Sullivan 4.
screw off the side cushion. Trying to squeeze a bit of that pocket.
O'Sullivan so far guilty of a few safety misjudgments, but that's the first glaring pot he's missed.
1.
Peifan trying to start a comeback, and I can tell you on table 8 John Higgins has just produced a trademark clearance. He was 3-0 down to Jimmy Robertson, 64-0 down in the 4th frame. He's just erased that deficit with a 72 clearance to pink. Robertson still leading 3-1, but now the seed of doubt has been well and truly planted, as Lay doesn't play the best positional shot there.
Yeah, that was a poor shot. I mean, he had so much margin for error there. Just didn't get enough of screw and side spin on the cue ball just to knock it off the 2 side cushions. Top cushion, side cushion, I should say, and be nice on this black. Good pot, but unfortunately he's knocked the potable red into a safe position.
16. Peifan 16.
He's trying to be a little bit clever there, trying to protect that 46-point lead, put that red onto the left side cushion, but hasn't reached. And Ronnie straight away will be taking this safe red off the right hand side cushion. Got the cover on the blue, and now, well, not a safe ball on the table, so there's pressure on this little shot here. Peifan, he's got to make sure he's covered that red that's close to this bottom left corner pocket. Well, he couldn't get the cover, so now can Ronnie O'Sullivan find a good long pot? No.
We were reminded this afternoon that intervals change matches. I'm not going to be alarmist here and say that O'Sullivan's in any kind of trouble, but his rhythm may be interrupted a little.
And that particular shot is indicative of Peifan's sort of game tonight. He's missed at least 4 of those particular type of shots. And not only missed them, but missed them by quite some margin. They haven't hit the jaws of the pocket, and on the previous occasions has cost them. This is a missable black from Ronnie O'Sullivan. He's given it every due care and attention. If it goes in, he's got a great chance to win the frame match. Yeah, it was missable. Always missable. And it's going to cost them the frame, I think.
1.
Didn't threaten the pocket, that one.
One. Six. Seven.
The previous red left O'Sullivan requiring a snooker. Now there is no way back. Peifan, at the very least, has averted the whitewash.
15.
Yeah, and I'm happy for him in a way, to be honest. I know he's played so well this week. Okay, he hasn't performed tonight, but it's nice for him to at least get
22.
his first frame on the board.
23.
He's still a young man, and this is still a wonderful experience for him. If you could take some positives away by getting a frame, and you never know, you might get another one.
30.
And it will stand them in good stead going forward for sure.
31.
Other scores, Sijoui 3-1 up at the interval over Tom Ford. Sebchara Nu and Mark Williams locked together at 2-2.
36.
Pang Junzhu still 2-1 over Luca Brissell. Deng Junhui 2-1 over Stuart Bingham.
38.
And it's looking good for Karen Wilson. He's 3-1 up now on Liu Hongyu and scoring early in frame 5.
$41. $45. 50. 56.
Frame 5 has been the showcase for Peifan to show us all what he can do. O'Sullivan in command still, but Lei has a frame on the board. Now does the Peifan resistance continue? very close to pulling off the plant, but at least the red squirmed away from the pocket, and had it stayed over the pocket, the brown would have provided cover anyway.
Yeah, and there's another example of Ronnie O'Sullivan's prowess as a safety player. Now, if he takes this on, there is a gap around the back of the black, but he's got to be very, very precise here. If he misses it, he could be going into the black. Didn't take it on, but well, maybe he should have. That's a poor attempt. He's left Ronnie O'Sullivan. Okay, it's a little bit tight to this cushion. Still shouldn't be a problem to knock it in.
1.
It would really irritate O'Sullivan to be unduly detained.
6.
He's thinking, okay, you've had your fun now. Let's get this job completed.
Seven.
Misplaced safety shot. Could be costly.
12. 13.
Ronnie O'Sullivan would like to get down, if it's available, that red just left of the black into the left corner pocket. That would free up the black into both pockets. And straight away
18.
he's down on it, looking anxiously at it, but I think he's okay. He's got enough of it to knock the black towards the right pocket.
19.
Nicely played.
Had a decent start to the season with a couple of
26.
semi-finals in the Shanghai Masters and Xi'an Grand Prix.
27.
And I think by his standards, this has been a little more than decent this evening.
$32. 33.
Just wriggled in off that left hand jaw of the pocket. Oh, look at this for a shot. Have a look at this for a shot. He's actually very, very unlucky. If you saw the gap where that cue ball went through there, and not to be on an easier red. Still on this red into the green pocket, but well, this is probably Lee Peifan's last chance to stay in this match if this misses.
39.
But unfortunately for him, straight in the pocket. Excellent shot. The crowd loved that as well.
To use basketball parlance, it caught nothing but net.
46. 47.
Yeah, it'll be tougher tests to come for O'Sullivan, but
53.
it looks in fine fettle, no doubt. Left-handed, right-handed. little shake of the head. He's such a perfectionist. He's a little bit straight on this black. Not the angle he wanted. Having to take the pink.
$60. 61.
This is the conclusion.
$67. 68. $75. 76.
Sullivan is through. He will be playing Zhang Anda, who has produced an absolutely remarkable display this evening. A 128 break and 3 breaks of 138
81.
to win 5-0 against Ben Wollaston.
Well, it's a match to look forward to in the next round for Ronnie O'Sullivan against Zhang Anda, who has previously beaten on a couple of occasions, particularly last season, on the way to winning his maiden ranking title. So that's, yeah, one match to look forward to indeed, as indeed there will be many more. But a sublime performance from the genius Ronnie O'Sullivan.
You're right, Ken, though. Zhang beat O'Sullivan in the last 16 of the English Open last year
98.
and the semi-finals of the International Championship. Not to be dismissed.
$104. 106.
Yet again, though, O'Sullivan's delivered.
Yeah, and just with the consummate ease that he goes about the breaks, just so entertaining, beautiful to watch.
$113.
Lee Peifan, though, he's had a good tournament. He'll be disappointed with how he played tonight, but he got a frame on the board and lots of positives for him going forward for the rest of the season.
124.
Ronnie O'Sullivan made a century in the second frame. In the last frame, he put together a total clearance, total class.